And if I told you that GTA motorcycles from 1986 already had a feature that lacks even on motorcycles from today? While playing GTA San Andreas, I have noticed something interesting. This game has an anti-lock brake system on the motorcycles, and I found it pretty impressive to see something like this in a game from 20 years ago. We can clearly see that this dirt bike doesn't lock the front wheel when we brake. It has a smooth ABS system. But thinking a lot more, I noticed that actually this is pretty strange because dirt bikes don't have ABS, at least the majority of them. Especially in 1992, ABS was not something common like this. Actually, ABS was yet being developed for motorcycles, and it was getting implemented just on some high-end models. So it doesn't make any sense to come here and see a dirt bike from 1992 having ABS. I don't want you guys thinking he hates GTA San Andreas and he came here just to criticize everything. I just want to show this interesting brake feature. And after we take a look on more GTA games, I'm going to tell you guys why I think that Rockstar had this approach with the motorcycle brakes. Well, but actually, what is an ABS system? Braking is not just about how much force you apply. Actually, it's more about how much grip you have. Because your tire needs to maintain the grip to the ground in order of stopping correctly. And actually this is why stopping a train is a lot harder, because the grip there is smaller. If we apply too much force, the tire is going to lose the grip to the ground and it's going to start sliding instead of rolling. And sliding with your car is not something good, it's something pretty dangerous. And sliding means that you lost your grip completely. So this is what the ABS system aims to solve. ABS is going to control the force that you apply to the brake, and it's going to apply just the necessary amount of force to slow the wheel down without locking the wheel completely. This is going to prevent your car from sliding. I think that if every car had ABS in GTA 4, people would complain a lot less about this game. So now you don't need to fear pushing your brake completely all of a sudden, because your car is not going to slide anymore. ABS is going to prevent the car from sliding and maintaining 100% of the grip. On motorcycles, this is even more important because if your front tire slides, the majority of times you are going to fall. Actually, there is a single bike on GTA San Andreas that feels like it doesn't have ABS. It's the police cruiser. But when we take a better look, we cannot see that the wheel is still spinning. It leaves a mark to the ground and makes a tire noise like it was locking in place. But the wheel doesn't lock, it's still spinning, like it had ABS. Let's take a look on Vice City. That was the first GTA game where Rockstar implemented motorcycles. And things are going to get even stranger there. At first I'm going to try this little scooter from the 80s, and yeah, even this one has an ABS. We can clearly notice that the wheel is not locking in place and it didn't even leave a tire mark to the ground. And this happens with all the motorcycles that I tested here on Vice City. All of them seems to have ABS. The single one that has a different feel is the cruiser. Again, another cruiser. At first when we brake it, it feels like it doesn't have ABS. It leaves a tire mark to the ground, makes a tire noise, but when we take a better look, we can also notice that the wheel is still spinning and it's not locking the wheel. so it's a sort of ABS as well. And the craziest thing is that the mark that it leaves to the ground actually comes from the back wheel, even using the front brake. So basically on the GTA universe, at the 80s even scooters already had ABS. And even the bikes who don't feel like have ABS had ABS as well, because the wheel is not locking. This is so strange, even cars doesn't have ABS on GTA Vice City. If we brake using a car, it's going to lock the wheel completely. It almost seems like someone came from the future and gave the ABS technology to all the motorcycle manufacturers in 1986. Doing a little research, we can see that in 2013, the majority of motorcycles in the US didn't have ABS. So let's take a look on GTA 5 and see if the majority of bikes on GTA 5 doesn't have ABS as well. At first, let's try a dirt bike. As I already said, dirt bikes in real life usually don't have ABS. But here on GTA 5 they have. And it is impressive how it brakes instantaneously. Now let's try a speed bike. And this speed bike has ABS as well. Actually every bike that I tested here on GTA 5 has ABS. For this speed model, this wouldn't be strange having ABS, because this type of bikes really usually tends to have ABS. But what doesn't make sense is seeing ABS even on a scooter and a dirt bike in 2013. This don't make sense, and especially seeing this type of brakes on GTA Vice City doesn't make any sense. Actually, there is a single GTA game that focuses on being more realistic and doesn't have ABS on every bike. It's GTA 4, of course. And braking, with even being a speed bike, braking, we cannot say that it doesn't have ABS. It locks the wheel completely. And in 2008, this would be the case for the most of motorcycles. Actually, my motorcycle in real life is from 2010 and it doesn't have ABS. So this reinforces that GTA 4 was really the GTA where Rockstar didn't focus on being arcadish. They really focused on making something more realistic and actually harder to the players. And here comes the conclusion. Why Rockstar didn't have this approach with the other GTA games? Actually, all the GTA games usually focuses on being more arcadish and being easier to the player. They are not a Gran Turismo game or a simulation. They focuses on being more fun. And braking a motorcycle without having ABS in real life is pretty hard. You need to have a lot of technique, and a lot of people actually fear using the front brake, because if you don't brake correctly, you are just going to fall, and requiring the players to have this skill would not be fun for them, especially GTA players who can't even brake and make a turn correctly sometimes. So I think they implemented ABS even on bikes from the 80s just to make it easier to the players. I think no one would like to keep falling to the ground every time they don't use the brake correctly. We are always requesting games to be the most realistic possible, but this realism can sometimes make things boring or harder. But I like that we have games like GTA 4 that focuses on being more realistic, and we have games like GTA San Andreas that focuses on being more arcadish. Sometimes you can get bored of just playing arcadish games like GTA San Andreas and desire to play something different like GTA 4. And after all of this, I'm just impressed how Rockstar managed to create an ABS brake system for the first game where they implemented motorcycles 24 years ago.
all we had to do